Right now on WQAD News 8 at 9, ready to fight back. What the Muscatine mayor says she'll do if city council votes to remove her from office. Plus, no drinking allowed while the University of Iowa is banning alcohol at fraternity and sorority events.
Live from WQAD, this is News 8 at 9.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Johnny Gendrich. In your top story tonight, the Muscatine mayor is vowing to take her case to district court if the city council votes to remove her from office. Tomorrow, attorneys from the city council and Mayor Brodersen must turn in their written briefs and proposals. From there, the city council will review and vote whether or not to remove Mayor Diana Brodersen from office. The mayor says she's not sure when the city council will vote, but if they decide to oust her, she is going to take her case to district court for a judge to decide.
That was our hope from the beginning, just to try to save money, save time, because there's going to be so much expense. And it's not like we're just asking the judge to look at these papers and make a decision. It will be another entire new hearing.
If voted out, Mayor Brodersen would be the first Iowa mayor removed from office. In Illinois, 2 new mayors were sworn into office tonight, the first in Rock Island.
To the office of mayor, to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
At a city council meeting tonight, Mike Toms replaced Dennis Pauley as mayor of Rock Island. Toms' first order of business is to fill the vacant city manager position. He also wants to develop the former Watchtower Plaza. That's the area off 11th Street where a Walmart was supposed to go. He says change will come, but it's not going to happen overnight.
I'm excited. As I told several people earlier today, I'm also nervous. And part of that is over with now, but I'm still nervous. There's a lot of things to do. People have a lot of high aspirations of what can happen, and we got to realize it's going to take some time.
Former Mayor Dennis Pauley says he's now officially retired. He says he's going to take the next month to travel and then start volunteering in town. And down the river in East Moline, Reggie Freeman is taking the place of former Mayor John Thodos. Mayor Freeman says his focus is to increase city revenue. He wants to designate a specific city position for economic development efforts. The mayor says overall he's excited to get started.
It's been a long time, that we started this campaign almost 12 months ago, and feels good, and looking forward to getting in and getting this new view started.
Tomorrow, also on the Illinois side, former Alderwoman Stephanie Akery will be sworn in as Moline mayor. She will take the place of former Mayor Scott Reyes. And in your flood watch tonight, public works crews are in the Quad Cities are keeping a close eye on area river levels. This is what it looks like at Credit Island in Davenport from our News 8 drone. Right now, Credit Island is still open to the public, but that could change. The Mississippi is holding at 14.5 feet, but it's expected to go up a few more inches by Wednesday. Drivers could also expect to see closures between River Drive and Utah Avenue. The Mississippi is expected to start receding towards the end of the week. The Rock River is also rising. This is what it looks like tonight in Moline. Right now, the river is a few inches over flood stage, but it's predicted to go up another foot by Wednesday. The Rock River should be back at its banks later this week. Well, we saw a few more showers out there today. Now the question is, when are we going to get a break from all this rain? Storm Track 8 Chief Meteorologist James Zahara joins us now with the first check of our forecast. Hi, James.
Hey, Johnny. Well, by looking at our radar, you can actually see where the last of the raindrops are taking place. Let's go and take a look at that. Across eastern Iowa and northwestern Illinois, seeing some of those raindrops just getting ready to cross over the river. And once that wave moves on by, there just isn't going to be enough daytime heating to sustain any more of these scattered showers as we make our way overnight. And once the system moves on by, of course the one that has been responsible for about a good 3 days worth of rain, then we'll start a little stretch of some dry weather for a change. Currently the Quad Cities, after seeing some light rain showers, is cloudy, 45 degrees after a daytime high earlier in the day of 56, so it feels more like 38 degrees when you throw in that west breeze at 16 miles an hour. And that breeze will be the main catalyst in keeping those temperatures on the cool side, but on the dry side as well. We'll tell you how long that stretch is going to last coming up in just a few minutes, Johnny.
And new at 9 tonight, Davenport's Junior Theater will receive renovations after exceeding their fundraising goals. We first brought you this story last week on WQAD News 8. It's been almost 40 years since the theater was renovated, and the directors say they need to completely redo the stage area. The goal was to raise $160,000. Well, members not only reached that, they raised an extra $23,000. That money will be used for future theater upgrades. A longtime family business in Rock Island is closing up shop. After 71 years, Barkins is shutting down. Owner Steve Barkin grew up in the clothing store started by his parents. He's been working 6 days a week since 1966. The store survived a lot of changes in the clothing styles, plus ups and downs in the shopping trends. And at age 75, Barkins says he's looking forward to retiring and spending more time with his family.
A lot of memories come back, and having people, call me and tell me, it is an end of an era, because I really am the last retailer from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, really.
My sisters and I really learned from him at a young age what it meant to be dedicated to something and really give it your all.
Reopen for its final run tomorrow morning at 9. The University of Iowa is banning alcohol from fraternity and sorority parties after a student's death. 19-year-old Camille Jakowski was a University of Iowa student. Police say he died at a fraternity formal at the Lake of the Ozarks over the weekend. He was found unresponsive in his room on Sunday. It's not clear how he died, but foul play is not suspected. And because of his death, the University of Iowa is banning fraternity and sorority events involving alcohol until further notice. It also permanently banned all out-of-town formals. University leaders say it's not a punishment, it's more about keeping students safe from what they call a dangerous alcohol culture. Attorneys for former Bachelor star Chris Soules request the charges against him be dropped. Soules is charged with leaving the scene of a deadly accident in Buchanan County. Police say Soules rear-ended a tractor and took off before police arrived, but Soules attorneys say charges should be thrown out because of a 911 call made by Soules. They claim Soules immediately identified himself and his role in the accident to dispatch and tried to revive the driver of the tractor. In your national headlines tonight, police say they found the gunman suspected of shooting 2 people in a Dallas neighborhood. Police say they were responding to a call for help at a home when someone walked outside and started shooting. A paramedic was shot and taken to the hospital. Another person was also shot. And hours later, police say they found the body of the suspected gunman inside a house. Police say it appears he shot himself. Another person was also found dead in that same home. In Austin, Texas, 1 person is dead, at least 3 others wounded after a stabbing on the University of Texas campus today. Police identified the suspect as a 20-year-old student. He was arrested shortly after the attack. No details yet on what motivated the stabbing. Congress has reached a deal on a $1 trillion spending bill to prevent a government shutdown. Both sides agreeing on the deal late last night. It includes funding for the military and border security, and also increases funding for the National Institutes of Health and year-round Pell Grants for college students. But what it doesn't include is funding to start building President Donald Trump's proposed border wall.
This is a down payment on border security. It's a down payment on his ability to rebuild the military, and repealing and replacing Obamacare will address a lot of the other health care issues.
Unless his approach changes, the next 100 days will be just like the first, a series of broken or unfulfilled promises.
The deal would fund the government through September. The House and Senate plan to vote on the bill this week. Iowa Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds will not be able to name her replacement after taking over as governor. The Iowa Attorney General ruled today that Reynolds doesn't have the legal authority to appoint a new lieutenant. That's as Iowa Governor Terry Branstad prepares to leave office and become the new U.S. ambassador to China. Republicans are criticizing the Attorney General, accusing him of flip-flopping on a previous decision. There's much more to come right here on WQAD News 8 at 9. Still ahead, custom creations. How Whitey's is making one of their signature creations even more delicious.
And outside, even though it may be a little damp out there, we are seeing the end of all this crazy wet weather of late. A little stretch of dry weather in store, but also a stretch of some